Alright, so back to this. Well, not back to this because it's not gameplay, but just back to recording in general and this series, but again, because it's been a while. I think uh my last recording was an Insurgence recording, I believe, but just for that series and then in general, it's been a while. It's been like 5 months, 5, 6 months, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was January, like early to mid January, when I record the last parts of this series and just in general. And oh yeah, I remember because it was the Insurgents future video where I talked about basically the future of Insurgents, and I believe sort of one of two options. One, I would, because by that point I had already beaten the Elite Four and Champion for the rematches, so that's pretty much the last thing to do besides Dev Island, or just beating it on hard mode because I actually beat it on easy mode. So one of two things. The one thing I could have done was that basically build up a team from scratch to try and beat the Elite Four and the Champion on hard mode as well as Dev Island, and then or the second thing I could have done is just end it there, and that's kind of what this video is going to address, as well as just the future of this channel as well. So for Insurgents at least, so basically the situation is the device, the laptop that I record Insurgents on, is no longer functional. So that's the first issue. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that, I've lost my save file, right? Because in case you don't remember, this is the second run of Insurgents I did. The first run I recorded on the computer, the Mac. However, I updated it past a point where Insurgents no longer functions. So I lost that save entirely. But this save I still haven't lost. What I could do is I can still access the actual computer. I just can't really use anything. So what I can do is I can just copy the files onto a flash drive, and I'd still have a nice Windows version of Insurgents that I could theoretically play anywhere. So it's not like I've lost the save file, but the issue being I don't have another Windows laptop. So at the moment, I can't play Insurgents even if I wanted to, and that kind of leads into, okay, if that's the case, right, what's the point in continuing this? And I'll address this further on the channel future section. But yeah, basically between not being able to play Insurgents at the moment, as well as what I'll get into further, specify further in the channel future section, I'm not going to be continuing the series. I'm just going to be ending it. Yeah, that's the second option I mentioned that I had. The one being continuing trying to beat the Elite Four on hard mode Dev Island, and the second being just ending it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'd say unfortunately, but I wouldn't even, I'd say it's unfortunate, but I mean, I'm surprised I was even able to make it through the whole game. I'm still surprised I was able to beat the entirety of the main, storyline during the summer, and then the entirety of the post-game storyline during the winter. I'm still, because it took me, in the first run through, it took me 2 years to get to where I was, which wasn't far in the game at all. It was right before the main Abyssal Cult event, or it was right before the Abyssal Cult arc, or maybe it was in the middle, but I haven't even finished, or I didn't even finish that arc in the first run through. But yeah, again, in the second one though, I was and that was 2 years for that much progress. But again, in the second run through, able to beat the whole main game storyline during the summer and the whole post game storyline during the winter. I'm still surprised I was able to do that. So it's not unfortunate that I'm in this series. It's fortunate that I was even able to get to this point to beat the Elite Four and champion rematches. So yeah, and it was also just overall great game. Don't regret playing it despite it taking nearly 3 years to complete in 2 whole run-throughs. Definitely don't regret it. It was very much what I'd say a good intro to Pokemon fan games, as it was my first I no longer really play any main Pokemon games. I stopped after Sun and Moon, so like after the 3DS era of Pokemon games. I never got into the Switch era of Pokemon games, but it was definitely a good introduction to Pokemon fan games, and I anticipate playing more, just not recording, mainly on my own time. But yeah, with Insurgents, even though it may not be the best, like just from what I've heard, is definitely one of the most notable and probably one of the, if not the longest. Definitely is a really long one, but also worth it in its entirety, I'd say. So yeah, there's that. So that's pretty much all I have for the Insurgents section. I didn't plan on doing like a full review just because I could, but honestly, it's been so long since I've played it, and there still is the possibility of playing it in the future, just not in the immediate future, which I'll get into now. But yeah, so that's, maybe I'll record that later. Maybe I won't. We'll see. I'll save it for another video. But overall, I'd say it was definitely worth it, and I'm definitely satisfied with the experience. Now, onto the channel portion. I don't know exactly what I'm going to name this video. Probably something like Insurgents Conclusion and Channel Update or Channel Future. I've felt like I made like 3 channel update or future videos, but yeah, so basically, since I'm recording now, obviously that marks the start of the summer season, which is normally recording. I don't normally record during the spring and fall because I'm busy with school, but winter and summers are usually fair game, usually, note, which is what I'm going to get into now. So, pretty much, I won't be able to record this summer. Yeah, like just in general, because I'm actually busy this summer. I'll be busy, yeah, like looking at the calendar, like not busy as in like I've got our stuff to do, but I've got requirements that take me away and physically prevent me from recording. So it's not even, so that's kind of to paint the picture. It's not that I'm being lazy or that I'm busy with other stuff like schoolwork. I was busy with schoolwork last summer and winter, and I was still able to manage to record. But I've got requirements that prevent me from recording. So, and that'll be for pretty much throughout the whole summer. In fact, I won't even be able to, besides this video, I may not even record another video for like the pretty much nearly the whole summer up until the end. So right now I've got about a week left before like I need to start tending to my requirements. And yeah, I just don't really see anything of value that I can record in that week. I was thinking maybe a Civ game, and I guess it depends on how much free time I have. But yeah, that'd be, you know, maybe depending on it, maybe if, because I don't actually have any schoolwork now, so depending on if I can get everything else I need to done first, we can see. We'll see. I may be able to cram one Civ game in, but yeah, that'd be very hopeful and very optimistic. And then yeah, I need to like fulfill my requirements or whatever, fulfill my duties, and then but once I'm done with those, which is at the end of summer actually, because again I still have one more year of school and one more year of college, so that is a thing. I'll actually have around 2 weeks of break. So yeah, I'll have around 2 weeks of break to where I'll be able to record. I don't, and this gets into what I'm going to record. So I know that I started True Route. I went through the whole pre-mod, or the pre-mod, oh my god, not the, yeah, the pre-mod, well, not the pre-mod, Jesus. Was that what I called it? Because it's still the mod, it's just before the actual start of the mod story, but I guess, yeah, I think I do remember calling it the pre-mod. I went through the whole pre-mod portion of the game, but in looking at the actual mod, I still don't think 2 weeks is enough. Also, I don't know why I did this, but I ended up deleting it. So, but I guess I was still able to, I really don't know why I did that. Because I looked from last winter in the DLC folder where I keep all the mods, and just wasn't there. So I don't know. But yeah. So if anything, well, especially given that, and even without that, assuming I still had it, looking at all the achievements and such, I don't think 2 weeks is gonna be sufficient to complete it. So what my plan is then is during the 2 weeks I have, I'll probably record a Civ game, and I know that'd be just basically like two, well, one maybe two Civ games during the summer, but it's what I can manage. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Besides that, because looking at the RDDLC mods that I have planned, I'm not gonna actually exit out because yeah, I'm recording audio using the video function of my phone, so I can't exactly like close out of it currently. But there are none other, I believe, that I have planned. I planned on playing Lost Ascension, but I heard it was hot trash, so I'm skipping that one. And but yeah, True Route obviously. I thought it was a demo. I thought it was gonna be short, like sweet, but they have a whole achievements portion built into it, which just tells me how long it's going to be. So can't exactly play that. And then other mods, all the only other mods I plan on playing are finale type mods. So like, I think We Are the Literature Club, a few others like Fruits of the Literature, or that Fruits of the Literature Club may have been a different one, but they both have the actual name of the club in the title, so they sound similar. But yeah, so basically, the only thing I really have to do, or that I can do, is a Civ game. So I can double check, and I may make an update video once I get back, or once I've fulfilled my requirements, my duties. So, yeah. So besides that, looking for like the future of this channel. Like I mentioned, I'd be likely be doing a Civ game, maybe something else, maybe something DDLC related during that time frame. It depends on how much time I have. Uh, yeah, probably not True Route. Maybe something else. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll make an update video then anyway. So if I have more time, that increases the likelihood or possibility that I end up doing something DDLC related as opposed to just a Civ game during those like 2 weeks. But yeah, so besides that, looking ahead to this winter, I've got absolutely nothing. So that's a time frame in which I definitely want to be able to record, and that's when I plan on finishing True Route. So True Route will be this winter. Um, quite possibly a Civ game, maybe two on top of that, because I'll be able to do doubles. Um, but yeah, also looking at it, so obviously this winter, or I should be talking about this winter as if next winter, but this actual winter, winter 2020-21. If you noticed, I started recording earlier at around Thanksgiving and kept recording. The reason being that basically, so with the college, they had us stay home. So it was Thanksgiving, you stayed home till and then through winter break. So that was something where I was able to record during that time frame. I don't know if that's going to be the case next winter. Uh, if it is, then I'll do the exact same thing where I'll just record throughout, and that'll give you more recording time. I'll definitely be able to do more DDLC stuff than True Route, and then likely another mod on top of that, maybe even two. But because I was able to do three this winter, I believe, last winter, winter 2020-21. But yeah, then besides that, Civ games as well. But if it's not, and then it's only the we have to go back, and that's only however like I think it's like 3 or 4 weeks of break. Then I'll probably only end up doing True Route and then do supplementary stuff like Civ games, maybe some other things. I don't know. I know Rankulus Label is finally starting up again. They have season 4 out, but I've sworn to never cover that again just because I have no idea what the direction the show's heading in. So I don't follow like Twitter or anything. So I'm just out of the loop regarding that. So that's not going to happen. But yeah, just probably from here on out, it's only really going to be DDLC and Civ games. So yeah, but and then again this winter, the main thing being this winter is a toss up. So yeah, and then and then also if we do have to go back and then do only end up getting like 3 or 4 weeks from a break, at least I'll have a Thanksgiving break as well. So I'll figure out something to do during then. Um, yeah, that would just it basically like that time frame. Thanksgiving, the winter break is kind of a toss up regarding our recording, but yeah, and then also just at that point, that's gonna be my senior year Thanksgiving winter break. So after that, well, I guess spring break's also a toss up, but once next summer rolls around, um, yeah, once that rolls around, I may have uh, a bit of time to record. Jesus. I may have a bit of time to record, but that's also a toss up. So, before I have to go on and fulfill further requirements and duties. But, yeah, so this winter may very well be the last time I get to record, which, again, not unfortunate, more so fortunate I was able to do it for this long. Because I originally thought summer going into college was going to be my last uh, opportunity to record, but that didn't end up. Clearly, that wasn't the case. I did more afterwards than actually during or prior to then. So, yeah, but I mean, yeah, so I guess, I don't know, that's really it, I believe. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Just, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll get sort out. I'll make use of my free time for recording to do whatever. At the very least, I'm going to finish True Route. True Route may be the last DDLC mod I play, and that'd be kind of sad. But yeah, there will be at least a couple or a few more Civ games strewn throughout, just cause, yeah. And then maybe I'll even get to play a Finale S type mod to cap off my DDLC experience. I played many mods, dozens at this point. It'd be a good note to leave off on, which is what I'm trying to ensure happens. But yeah, I mean, so I really don't have anything else. May do a Civ game that depends on, or may do a Civ game right now before I have to go fulfill my requirements. And yeah, that all depends on how much time I have, really. So if I can do everything I need to do prior to then yeah, there will be. And if so, the first recording will probably be either tonight or tomorrow. So, but yeah, I've really got nothing left, and just gonna end it here. So, yep, yes, that's it. We'll see what happens then.